Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss how to add last 12 months into year slicer in Power BI. Now let me switch to the computer for the demo. So on the screen you can see the column chart. So year wise and month wise total order quantity. Okay, and on the top you can see the slicer year. So for example, if I select a 2022, so this column chart will show me the sum of order quantity by year and month for 2022. Similarly for 24 like this. Here I need a one option actually. So if the user select a last 12 months actually, so it will display a data for last 12 months. So for example, if I select a last 12 months, so it will start from the September 2024 and end on August 2025. So how to do this? So now let me show you the data table first. So this is the data table, order data table, and we have so many columns. But for today demo, we will focus on the sales date and total order quantity and then year actually. So if your data table do not have year column, so you can easily create a year column. Here you can see the year column, how I have created. So sales date dot year. So it will return a year. So this year column is created. Now I'll create a one more column, that is a date column, calendar date column. So now let me add the new column. And here I will say calendar date. And what I am going to do, I will use a sales date dot month and join with dash, single dash, and sales date dot year. Now I'll hit the enter button. So you can see the column is created, like it's showing the January 2024, February 24, but it is a text column. So I'll convert it into a date. Yes, I want to convert it. So now once I converted this, you can see the starting month is first day of the month everywhere. You can see the February, March like that. Okay. Now what I am going to do, I will create a one more table. Okay. So here, from here, in data model, and in the data model, I'll go to the data view tab, and in the data table tools, and I will say new table. And my table name is dim table, dim year, sorry. And here I will use a union function, and I'll come down and then I will use summarize function, summarize column, and order year and comma. I'll come to next line, and here I will use a row, double quote, year, comma, last 12 months. Okay. Now I will close the bracket, and I will close the bracket for row, and I will come down and close the bracket for union. And once I will accept this, you can see the year, and the last row is the last 12 month. So what I am doing, basically I am using a summarize column DAX function, and I am fetching the year from the order table and summarizing it on the year. So it is returning 24, 23, 22 and 25, and at the end of the table I am appending the row year equal comma last 12 months. So at the end of this table, this row is appended. Now we are done with this. Now I'll come here, and what I'm going to do, I will select this slicer and remove the year which is coming from order table, and I will bring the year from the dimension table, year dimension table. Okay, now it will not work right now. If I select 22, 23, it will not work. So what we are going to do, we will go to the relationship tab and we will establish the relationship between dim year and order. So here we have in the order also we have a year column. So let me drag and drop here, and it will create a one-to-many relationship. Now I'll save this. So here you can see one-to-many relationship is created. Now I'll go back. Now you can see it started working. So if I'll select a 2024, so you can see the order sum of order quantity for 24 from the January to December. Similarly for 25, so for 25 we have only data from the January to August. For last 12 months it will not work, so we'll write a DAX code to make it workable. Okay. Now let me add a new measure here. Okay, now I'll increase little bit. Okay, so you can easily see, and here I will give name total order quantity. Okay, I'll come down next line. Let me minimize this. Okay, now first thing I will declare a one variable called SEL year equal to selected value dim year. Now I'll close the bracket. So what I am doing, if the user is whatever the user is selected in the year slicer, I am storing it in this variable. Okay. Now next line, I'll declare a one variable max date and equal to calculate max of order sales date bracket close comma all order and bracket close. So in this next line, I am trying to find out the max date from the order table, and if there is any filter apply, I am clearing the filter. Now I will come to the next line, and here I will say where start underscore date. Okay, equal to, I will use eDate function, and here I will use a max date comma minus 12 bracket close. Okay, so what this function will do, whatever the max date, for example max date is a 31st August 2025, it will be pushed back to the 1 year 12-month back, so it will be 1st September 2024. Okay, now I'll come to the next line, and after that I will use one more variable, that is QTY order quantity equal to. Now here I will use again calculate function and sum of order quantity. So I am summing the order quantity. In the next line, I will use remove all filters on dim year table, comma, I'll come next line. This is the complex one. So date date between I will select. So here I will use order cal date, comma, what is next parameter? Next parameter I will use a start date. Better I'll come down. I will use a start date, comma, next line I will use max date. Okay, and between bracket close I will come down and close a bracket for calculate. So here what I am doing, I am summing the order quantity. I am removing all the filters from the dim year table. Now what I am doing actually, date between. So this is I am giving the column name as a first parameter, cal date, and I am saying that start date will be whatever we have captured here, start date, and the end date is the max date. Now I'll come to the next line, and here again, sorry, this is the calculate, and after that I will come to next line. Here again I will declare a one variable and I say return qty, and I will check actually if selected year equal to last 12 month, comma, I will come to next line, then return a order quantity, otherwise return sum of order quantity, bracket close for if. Now I'll come down and I'll say return quantity. Now I'll accept this and we'll see. So this is the clean one. So let me little smaller size. So I will explain to you. So the first line actually, so selected value dim year. So if the user is selected any year, it will store in the selected year variable. Then again I am saying the max date. So I am using a calculate and I am trying to find out the max date from the sales date, and I am removing all the filter on the order table. From the order table I am trying to find out the max sales date from the order table. Now start date, what I am doing, whatever the max date, I am pushing back to 12 month back. I am capturing the starting date. And here the order quantity, again sum of order quantity, removing all the filters from the dim year table, and then I am saying the date between. You have to give me the return the start. This is my start date and end date, and this is the column actually. Okay. And after that I am checking that if what user has selected, if user selected from the slicer last 12 month, then return this actually, whatever we have calculated the order quantity, otherwise just sum of order quantity and return. So now I accept this and we'll close this, and here I will select the visual and I will remove the sum of order quantity and I'll bring the new measure, total order quantity. And now from here also I'll remove this and I will use a cal date and I'll remove day and quarter. Let's check that. So you can see the 2022, so it is showing the sum of order quantity for 2022. And if I select 2025, so we have a data from January to August for 2025. And if I select a last 12 months, so you can see the data start from September 2024 and ends at August 2025, the 12-month data. So this is the September actually. So you can see 2414, and if I select here, 2414, and if I select a last 12 months, so you can see the data start from September 2024 and ends at August 2025, the 12-month data. So this is the September actually. So you can see 2414, and if I select here, 2414, and if I select a last 12 months, so you can see the data start from September 2024 and ends at August 2025, the 12-month data. So this is the September actually. So you can see So here you can see 2414. This is the validation I am doing it. And for 2025, the August is so 10709. So if I select here, you can see 10709. So it is perfectly working fine. That's all for this video, and I request you to please subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.